Hello, and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And hey, I'm still Sharon.
Thank you all who are joining us again this week for another episode. We appreciate when you all come back because we enjoy coming on here and giving you all some new content. So, before we get into today's topic, we are going to. You have any announcements?
Well, announcements and a big thank you, and I'm sure we're going to get into this later on in the program. But I just want to give a big thank you times 10 times 20 for all the people who reached out and wished Rosa well as we coming back after a health scare. And she is actually home and resting and recuperating, and we thank you. Thanking God first, but thank you guys for all your support and your very kind words.
Absolutely. Some of you all are our Facebook friends, so you would have seen it on Facebook, but we'll get into it a little bit later as to what happened to little old Rosa. But no more.
Nope.
No other announcements.
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. So do y'all know it's shout out time?
Shout out.
Getting ready to shout you out. If your name is Kendron B, thank you. Thank you for being a subscriber to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. We appreciate you. Pepsi number 1. Thank you. We appreciate your subscription, just being our friend and being there. We have not heard any comments from you.
Not lately.
Hit us up when you get an opportunity just to say hello. And last but not least is Karen T. Thank you. We really appreciate all of our subscribers and thank everyone. Okay, so now that is over, today we are going to be talking about caring for one another. And I guess Sharyn will get into a little bit of what that looks like, where we're coming from, and we'll give you guys an update on what happened to little old Rosa.
Yeah, because we've done so very many videos. Y'all know it's over 150 videos, and we done talked about everything. So now we can really talk about everything else.
Right.
Yeah, but really,
and we talked about this in a sense where we were talking about the self-care
and making sure that you taking enough time with yourself.
Level,
but this is it's a different level. We're definitely including. It's one thing to look at part as you as yourself individually, whether you hooked up or booked up or not. Just you taking care of you, and it's another. It seems like it goes to a different level when we're in relationships, and now we're looking at you and her taking care of one another.
Right.
That's a different thing because obviously what you may do for yourself, you might not do for others, or some things you do for others that you don't do for yourself.
Good point.
And especially for your partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I make sure he eats well. I make sure she eats well. But and you
Are
over
you
there,
eating well,
right? You eating the Three Musketeer leftover from last year's Halloween. Really? Nutritious.
That sound like me.
It sound like I'm busted. So really, in the past we have talked about several things. We're talking about the physical, mental, the social well-being as you go day to day in your relationships, but where this differs, that we're talking about how we take care of one another in the medical sense, and the health. Like, hey, does my boo, did she get her shots? I'm married to a diabetic. You know what to do for them and what they need to do for themselves. My sweetie has high blood pressure. And I'm not talking gloom and doom. I'm talking about we are aging, and I don't care if you're in your 20s, you're aging. In your 30s, your 40s, and don't wait till you get 65 to I should have took better care of myself at 23. Right. Then we got the people who are, I did drugs for 25 years. I don't know why my kidneys don't feel good. So whatever the it is, we're talking about and looking at and having a conversation about how do we take care of one another health-wise.
Yeah.
And sometimes your partner is better at taking care of you than you're taking care of yourself. Sometimes I've seen that scenario. But sweetie, it all starts and ends with you. You have to be the boss.
Absolutely.
You got to be in charge of taking care of yourself. And we joke about it, we say some little cracks, but on a serious note, your health is your wealth.
Yes.
You hear it, but when you start going through stuff, you like, no joke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you just hit 2 lotteries. It don't mean nothing if your health is compromised. Right. So as we've shared with many of you our little tidbits about our relationship and our particulars, but I have had several health scares in the last 4 years, if not 5.
I would say 3 to 4.
The last, it's been a little dynamic. It was like pow, pow, pow. Is she gonna make it? So, and we are. But Rosa's been absolutely wonderful in helping me take care of me. And you ain't got to tell me 3 times. You know what I mean? Not to drink another soda. I will. I just changed it to diet. But seriously, who needs a soda? Period. But like I say, but to get really into the reality of the situation, it's no joke. You got to take care of yourself. Right. And, we're so busy, we're looking at Sharyn because I'm the older one and I'm like, on my knee, on my back, on my,
Right.
And never even thinking about it, because Rosa's the one that gets up and, I'm going to do a 5K and then I'm going to run a Coronado Bridge and then I'm going camping, in Mount Soledad. Get out of here, whatever. She's always doing something. Oh, I'm jumping double dutch today with 500 women from across America. Really? Okay, I'll meet you for lunch. But this time, on a serious note, something has come upon Rosa, and I know she, was, she's doing a lot of travel, more than she's done lately in a while. Right. But she's just been busy, and seldom does Rosa complain about anything, more or less say she's in pain. And she was like, oh, I don't feel good. This is hurting. This is still hurting. Hey, this is really hurting. We do our best, I think, on a personal level, they say, oh, I'm under stress. Oh, I need more rest. Oh, I've been working too hard. I'm not taking enough time off. Or whatever the case may be. But you really got to understand that, your health really is your business and it's your responsibility. Don't put it on your partner. She can't do it all.
Right.
She really can't, and you shouldn't expect her to. You have to take the ultimate responsibility for taking care of yourself, which helps relieve some of her stress because you're in a relationship. And she doesn't have to get up at 4 in the morning or 5 and say, hey, did you take your blood pressure? Did you take your meds? Because guess what? Sharyn takes her meds. I don't miss a beat.
She does.
You know what I mean? I don't run out of meds because I know I need one tomorrow. So I always got 17 pills. I don't get lower than 17 pills, No, I mean, I'm being dramatic just to make a point. But I'm just saying, I don't play around with it. I do what I got to do, and I'm at Weight Watchers now, and yes, I've lost, maybe 23, 25 pounds, somewhere in there. I'm right there. I'm trying to get past 25 pounds and need to lose another 25 pounds. That's okay. Rosa cannot do that for me. I have to be the one. And don't get me wrong, she lets me slide sometime, but I don't want me to let me slide because It's my responsibility. Not her fault, not her problem, but it becomes a problem if I'm trying to throw it on her, and we don't do that to each other.
Absolutely.
So we're saying all of that to just set the stage of the last 2 weeks has been quite dramatic for Rosa and for myself and for all who care about us. We had a situation where, well, you tell them, Rosa, it happened to you.
Absolutely.
What happened?
Yeah, so last week, actually, we recorded on a Saturday. And good thing we did, because we normally record Sundays. And today we're recording on a Saturday evening where both of our neighbors are outside. So
doing
excuse
projects.
us if you hear a lot of noise. But so we normally record on a Sunday. But I'm glad we did it that Saturday, because Sunday morning I was in the emergency room prepping for surgery. I had an emergency gallbladder removed. And Sharyn has had this procedure already. She had her gallbladder was inflamed some years back.
5 years ago.
And so, but our symptoms were I think a little different. So I had stones in mine, so they had to remove it. But let me just walk you slowly on how that happened. So probably a week prior to even going to the emergency room, I was getting this pain in my stomach, mainly just the right side, the whole right side of my stomach. I had this excruciating pain, and it would hit me like in the middle of the night, wake me up out of my sleep. So between like, I feel like 1 and 3, I was up trying to get my stomach together because I didn't know what it was. And when it happened, it actually happened a couple months prior. Mm-hmm. So when it happened that time, I thought maybe I had eaten something wrong, like, I had food poisoning or something. And then it happened one time after that, but they weren't consecutively. So
right.
I didn't even paste them together. I just thought, oh, here it is again, the same sensation, this feeling. Mm-hmm. And but this time it happened. It seemed like it was happening every night for like a week. And so
it
Saturday
didn't matter
night,
what you ate. And,
it didn't matter. I was trying to figure it out and trying to eat something lighter, and it's still, 2
if
in the
she
morning,
ate ice cream, if she ate toast, if she just ate,
ice cream is actually what inflamed it too. So.
But you didn't know what you had.
Exactly. But I'm saying that to say, so Saturday night, early Sunday morning, around 1:30 in the morning, I woke up again and I paced for about an hour trying to figure this pain out. And I said, you know what? It's been going on too long. Let me just go see, because I knew I had a long week ahead of me, and I just didn't.
And which included travel, and you were supposed to be going to San Francisco.
I was getting ready to get on a plane for San Francisco in a few days. So I said, well, let me just go check out what this is. Maybe I just need some Pepto-Bismol, but I had already taken that, tried that, whatever. I tried it all. And so I just got dressed in the middle of the night. Didn't even wake Sharyn up. I said, because it may be nothing. They may just say, hey, you got a stomach ache, your intestines is whatever. I didn't know what they were going to say. I definitely didn't think they were going to say surgery. So that was far from my mind. So I got dressed, left, drove myself to the emergency room. I texted Sharyn that I'm in the emergency room. Don't worry about me.
Right. Right. Oh, don't worry about me.
I was like, don't worry about me. If it's something serious, I will definitely let you know. But it's my stomach, and I just had to come in here and see what was wrong. Well, by the time Sharyn woke up and found the text, she texted me where they knew it was something with my gallbladder. They were still running tests, but they knew it was the gallbladder. So I told her that. Next thing I know, she up there. I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do. Just, stay put because, you just sit around, especially if you're not in the hospital, so I just didn't want her to
hold
sit
it right
around.
there. Okay, what would you do? This is your partner. This is your love. This is your sweetheart. This is your wife. Don't worry about me. I'm at the hospital. Don't worry about me. It's 3:30 in the morning.
When you spin it back, it does sound crazy in a sense.
I appreciate
but at the
you trying to
same
be
time, it's
sensitive
like,
to it.
You still just gonna sit around, and I was going to sleep because, like I said, this happened in the middle of the night, so I'm tired. I am like, I just want to sleep, but I'm trying to figure out what this pain is. And by the time I walked in the emergency room, I probably was at like a 8 or 9. But by the time they found out what it was, the pain had gone because it comes and it goes. It was one of those type things, and that's why I was just like, well, I'm good, So long story short, they were like, you got stones in your gallbladder, and we were like, can you take the stones out? They were like, nope, the whole thing
got to come out. Right.
So they prepped me on Sunday morning for surgery. So.
This one of those like, well, okay, Dr. Jones will be in next Wednesday, or how about Dr. Smith on Tuesday? No, this was like look, we made a phone call. The surgeon, she's here already. She can be here in the next hour or two. What are you doing? Prepping.
Yeah,
prepping. So we like, whoa.
And I just didn't want to be on the road anymore with this stomach issue. So anyway, when they started prepping for surgery, the first thing I'm thinking about is, okay, I got places I'm going this week. I don't have time for surgery. So I'm trying to talk to the doctor and let me come in next week to get this procedure done, and he was just like, it's not gonna get any better. It doesn't
Right.
get any better. If you have stones,
Right.
it's gonna get worse, and you know
Right.
they gotta come out. And mine was lodged in something. That's why it was
Irritating,
hurting in the
so
middle
bad.
of the night, because he said when your food is digesting, the bile is trying to release, but there's a stone there,
and then it can't get past, and that's what's causing the pain. Not to mention the inflammation. Yeah, all of that. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty.
But it was weird because, like I said, it did come and go. It didn't bother me too much during the day. As a matter of fact, I went running that morning. I went like on a 2.5 mile run, and it felt okay, you know.
So meanwhile, Sharyn, who thinks she knows all things, well, I get on, Dr. Google, right? So I'm just all doing. I'm like, well, man, it could be IBS. You could have this. You could have that.
Did say
it could just be some other things I was coming
upset
up with.
Stomach or something.
When your stomach is really irking and jerking.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Oh, I can't call it right now. But anyhow, so I gave her
she gave me about 3 or 4 different
possibilities.
symptoms.
You know what I mean? And I was totally wrong. But I was just trying to assist in the process. Like, okay, we know you ain't pregnant. Well, we know you don't have heart failure. You're feeling it down here. It's coming more often. It's staying longer, and it's much more intense.
Right.
What could yeah. So I'm.
Excuse me, and I was doing things too, like, sorry for those who got weak stomachs, vomiting and stuff like that. So I didn't know. I just knew it was something, and I didn't feel right. And so, me with my body, I'm gonna go check it out.
Right.
I'm gonna take it for as long as I can take whatever it is, because I like to weed things out. Like, okay, maybe it's catfish I'm eating, or maybe it's so you stop eating catfish just to see if it's gonna help.
Right.
And I don't even eat catfish. That was just what he said.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like things like that, and so I just, after a while, I'm like, this is crazy. Let me just go figure this out. And I didn't go to medical school, so we're gonna put that disclaimer out. Neither one of us are MDs or PhDs. We're just here.
But old school would have said, hey, castor oil. Have you been to the bathroom lately? You know what I mean? Old folks, right? You need some castor oil.
Right. Maybe that would have helped the stone go through.
But seriously, so you quite frankly, you're afraid of the unknown. Once you know what's going on, it gives you some relief.
Yeah, and that's what I told the doctor. I said, look, I don't need any pain medication. I just need for you to maybe take an x-ray. So they gave me a CT scan at first. That's what told them that it was my gallbladder, but they just wanted to know.
And the blood work too.
Yeah, and they wanted to know if it was inflamed or if I had stones in it. So that's when I went for the ultrasound for that. And that determined it was definitely stones, and that's when he said it just needs to come out. So I'm saying that to say you gotta pay attention to your body. You gotta pay attention to what's happening, because no one's gonna be able, as Sharyn said, to do that for you. You gotta know who you are and
what's normal
recognize
for you. Recognize it, right?
The things that are not normal for you.
And I think that we do that well as a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even if there's something we're, like, hey, was this the same color last week, or is this thing getting larger, or whatever, or I don't care if it's something like, well, hey, my ears are stuffed for some reason, or I can't swallow like I used to. Right. It could be 101 things. They're not looking, I say, not trying to borrow sorrow, but you want to know what's going on with yourself. And I don't think times two sometimes, just because I'm the older one, but I tell it like, bad thing, unhealthy things happen to young folks every day.
Absolutely.
Every day. Yeah, so she doesn't come in at me on that. Like, anything can happen to anybody for any reason.
Yeah.
Okay? And you surely wasn't expecting it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I am definitely on the mends. It's been almost a week now since I've had the surgery, and
Rosa was nice enough to tell everybody that I've been nurse ratchet, because I've been very, very attentive. But normally
she's been good this time. She hasn't been too much of a ratchet nurse, but she's definitely been good.
Yeah,
she brought me some flowers too. So nice.
Yeah, that's my boo. And I wasn't scared. I just, just the fact that, look, long as they know what's going on, they're gonna do what they need to do. We're blessed that we have great coverage times 3,
Absolutely.
and all
that's
of that.
Too.
I think we owe the copay of $15 or something, and I'm running around the house. Who I need to give $15 to? You know, everybody.
No, they came to me like, okay, you have a $15 copay, and I'm looking like I'm getting ready to go into surgery, but I'm gonna need you to talk to my wife.
Naked. She naked. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, do you think I have $15 on me? Yes, I do, but I don't have my purse here. So like, I'm
and
sure
I
my
did.
wife-
I told her, I said my purse is over there. She said, well, I can't go in there, but I was like, well, you have to wait till my wife come up. I don't know what to tell you, but
yeah, don't get nervous, honey.
so
we got
when she
$15.
got there, I was like, we owe $15. She was like, let me go pay it.
Yeah, because they seemed like they made that almost as urgent as the
surgery.
As a surgery.
So, but anyway, thank God that's all we had to pay. And, you know, like I said, I am on the mends, and thank you all. I did put it on Facebook, and so some of you all are our Facebook friends, and so I know you would have seen it there. And I just thank you for all the pouring of love, just abundant love, and sending, you know, just great energy. Like I felt like, you know, I was already gonna be okay, you know, and I appreciate you guys for that. I really do. And actually, I'm one of the people that really hate to be sick or hate for people to know that.
Right.
Because I just don't like people feeling sorry for me. You know what I'm saying? Some people just feel sorry for you, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. But you know, the older you get, you got to get used to some stuff.
And I don't like it either. I mean, when I was going through a bad patch, you know what I mean? Not only was I on a walker for a minute, and then, you know, a cane. Sharon's using a cane. Like, I was more than, I would even say embarrassed, you know. Then I'd be hiding in the back of the, you know, back of the car. Like, Rosa, like, look, we were putting a cane in every car. You may need it. I'd rather you have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And I just had to get over that, because I said, there's people much younger than me walking around with issues.
Right.
And all bent up and in a chair and stuff like that. And I still have a cane, you know. I don't walk with it every day, but I mean, if I'm having a bad day, I pull it out. You know, I'm just glad to be on the planet.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then I got color-coded canes. Make sure, like, oh no, I'm wearing green today. You know, seriously.
See, it's too much. But Kaiser patched me up, and thank God for them. I love Kaiser. I know some of y'all don't, because I used to didn't, but
they've been there for you.
My kids, me, Sharon, everybody in my family. I appreciate Kaiser for that. So, but yeah, we just wanted to come here and talk to you guys about caring for one another, and Sharon has really done a great job for me, because she still has her own issues. You know, she's still going to acupuncture.
I'm fine.
Yeah, she's still going to acupuncture because of her back issues, and
Yes.
she jumps up every time I needed something, and you know, and I'm telling y'all, I drink water like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
And I swear, every time she bought me a bottle of water, I needed another one.
Right. I'm like, hey, look, Christmas is coming. I have selfish motivations. Okay, I'm behaving myself.
Yeah. So yeah, we but she really did take care of me, and as I would have for her.
Oh,
and we do take care of each other. And it's important in a relationship. It really is. It's important to.
And because we are a married couple, and excuse me for cutting you off, it's just like, as an old friend of mine told me years ago, she said, and that's when the vows kick in.
Yeah.
Anybody can say, I love you too. Anybody can like throw their hand up, and you know, sometimes we're so focused on the ceremony, we forget that it's a marriage. You know what I mean? So later for the ceremony, we are into the vows, you know, to be there for one another, sickness and health. And, you know, I've had some crazy little days, but, you know, Rose is my rock. You know, normally she's always that, as they say, that little energizer bunny. And, you know, and so when Rosa said she didn't feel good, or she looked like she was in pain and distress, you know, it not just scared me, but it's truly like, what? Right. No, not you, babe. You know what I mean? So the thing is like, okay, let's, as quick as possible, find out what's going on, what can we do about it, and yes, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and I just felt like it was getting worse, and I didn't want to be at a high school visiting, and something happened,
on the road,
or
just
being
on
the
road.
road, and something was happening. So yeah, so you gotta listen to what your body is saying. Something's happening, and if it's happening, I probably waited maybe 2 days too late. Too long or whatever.
But pain is your body telling you something's out of whack.
Yeah.
You know, it's the gift of pain.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean? You know, it's like you know, everybody knows somebody who needs some dental work, and you know how you tooth feel a little something. Then one day you eat something that was wrong, and you hit that tooth. that nerve, and they say it got to come out. Oh, it's got to come out now because you waited so long that everything has exaggerated itself, and so now it's like things that would have been okay and we could fix it. Now we can't fix it. We got to pull the damn thing out.
Right.
And so go. And if that's your attitude about things, same goes for the rest of your body.
Right.
You know, we're not waiting for you to fall out and fall down the stairs and say, "Oh, you know, the doctor was serious when he said I had heart issues." Okay. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want you to learn a dramatic lesson. So what we're talking about today is taking care of one another.
The first sight of or first feeling of pain should be the first indicator that something may be wrong, and just to keep an eye on that. You know what I'm saying? It might just be from, I don't know, you hitting your elbow last week.
Okay. Or you ate too many French fries.
So it could be something that goes. But if it's something that persists day after day, y'all need to, go to the doctors. Unless y'all already MDs, go to the doctors.
Right. So you know us. We talk about everything under the moon and the stars. But this is one of the things that we just want to share with you, as we've shared so many things in our life with you. And we're partners, we're lovers, we're girlfriends, we're caretakers. We walk in the door so many ways with one another. But help your partner take care of herself as well.
Right.
Help one another, or Southern say, you need to be helping each another. Okay, so help each
Even if you got to be that person to take them to the doctor, like, no, something's wrong, you got to go.
So we're just going to leave it there for today. We just, if you hold on to nothing else, just hold on to the idea of, taking care of yourself and taking care of one another are two different things. Yep. All right, so think about it, and thank you for allowing us to share our story with you. So until next time, we're wishing you the very best.
Of all good things, stay safe and stay woke. And go get checked if you need to.
Yeah.
Coming from me.
Bye.